What up? It's Rico Love, Mr. Turn the Lights On, and I get my R&B from ThisisRnB.com. Yeah, what happened was I was going to FAMU, and I was catching the bus every weekend to Atlanta trying to make it in the music business. And I linked up with Jagged Edge, and Jagged Edge had the Corna Boyz signed to a production deal. So, you know, Corna Boy, I just begged those dudes to work with me. I was like, yo, please, you know. And they were young and coming up too. And we worked one night, and we just clicked. And after that, I just started sleeping on their couch every weekend when I would come to Atlanta, because I was catching the bus to Atlanta from Tallahassee every weekend. I had this credit card that had $750 on it, and then the other one had $500 on it. So I was maxing out those credit cards, just going $35 one way, $35 back to get from Tallahassee to Atlanta every weekend. And we linked, and then when I got kicked out of school, I got kicked out of FAMU, I just stayed. I stayed in Atlanta. I slept on their couch, and I was out there struggling, working it, man, 3 years, you know, really believing the dream. And what's ironic is crazy when I ended up signing the Corna Boyz. You know what I mean? I went from sleeping on their couch and to now having them signed to my production company. So it's cool, man, to see the journey, man, to see the growth and belief in the dream, you know. I was signed to Usher as a rapper, and I was back then I was working on my album, The Fifth Element. You know, I had to deal through Us Records, J Records, and you know, the Corna Boyz was like, you know, my brothers, and we were all putting together the album together. You know, I didn't even start writing songs until later, so with them it was just all about my music and everything. What happened was I went to Usher's office. I was signed to him, and I went to his office and like, yo, I don't got no money, fam. Like, something got to shake. You know, I got a record deal, hanging on paper. What we gonna do? He said, I could give you some money, and then you're gonna spend it. You're gonna need more money, but I see some potential in you. Back then, you know, a lot of rappers weren't as melodic as they are nowadays, and I was. So he said, I see something special in you melodically. I think you should write songs. So he gave me this track that Just Blaze produced, and he said, yo, you should write a song to this for my album. And his exact words was, I'm gonna sell 10 million albums, B. I was like, what? He said, yo, you wanna, and I didn't even realize what that meant. I just knew, hey, that's cool. I didn't know what the money of that meant, you know. So I ended up writing Throwback. That was the first song I ever wrote. And after that, I just kept writing songs, man. Throwback was on the Confessions album. We did 29 million worldwide. Now it's at like 11 or 12 million in the US, you know. So it's cool, like, to be able to be the first song you ever wrote is that. It's like when Tim Duncan with the Spurs his rookie year won the fucking championship. It's like, how dope is that? I try to approach everything in a way that I feel like saying all the obvious things in a way that isn't so obvious, you know, especially with the bitches be like, oh, everybody's girl. It's different approaches. Discrete Luxury is the name of the EP, and discrete means away from, apart from. It don't mean better than, it don't mean greater than, it just means it's separate from, meaning this is the country club that you gotta earn the right to be a part of, and this certain type of luxury ain't typical. So instead of me talking about this luxury in a sense of I got money and I'm this and that, it's more like this is what happens when you do get in this particular luxury. Like, the women act this way, you see these type of things, and you're dealing with your exes, and you're going through this, and people are taking pictures of you or your jewelry while you're sleeping and shit like that. Like, you know, it's crazy the things that you deal with when you become successful, and I wanted to do that with Discrete Luxury, and it's an honest take on it, even if it made me, you know, it was a little embarrassing and uncomfortable for me at certain points of making the record. I just felt like I just got to say the things that nobody is saying, and I think that's the only way I was going to be able to set myself apart, especially coming from a writer-producer standpoint and becoming an artist. What are you going to say that's going to set yourself apart and make you different? I had to do that. Man, I love it so much, man. I love performing. I came under the tutelage of Usher. I came under the tutelage of Mace and Puff. It's a part of the dynamic of being an artist. It's just like, you gotta do it. It's fun. Like, you work hard to put out the record so that you can perform it live. I mean, to me, I thought that was the essence of artistry. So I love it. I enjoy it. I want to perfect my show. I want to work hard to become greater. Things that I see when I perform, I could have did that better, or this could have been a little better. But, you know, by the time the tour starts, I'm doing a tour with Future. Starting May 23rd. It's going to be perfect. And I love it. I love learning. I love the energy of the crowds. I mean, I do shows like, I've done like 50 shows so far, 50, 60 shows like so far. So to be able to be in that position, and you seeing people know the words to songs that aren't on the radio, it's how you know people really take an interest in you, and not just, oh, that They Don't Know song is dope. It's like people starting to really follow me and really be fans of me, and that's cool because I earned it, and I'm earning it more and more every day, and I'm putting in work, and I'm busting my ass to be, you know, accepted, and not because, oh, well, that's Rico, he wrote all the songs, we gotta like him. Nah, you gotta, because they don't give a shit, by the way. None of that shit matters to them. When you go into a hood-ass club in Indianapolis, it's Suite 38, and you walking in there and seeing the hoodest motherfuckers on the planet look at you like, all right, what the fuck you gonna do? They are not impressed by your diamonds. They want to see a good show. They want to submit good energy, and that challenge is amazing to me, and I love it. I started off my career performing on stages in front of 30,000 people every night with Usher. You don't get no realer than that. Album is on the way. I'm working on the album. The album is almost complete, but it's not about setting a date. It's about being accepted by the masses. I'm not just gonna put out an album until the people really want an album for me. They have to know who I am, and I haven't earned like people. That's why I'm doing things like this, and people don't really know me yet, and they will. And I'm gonna put in all the work that it takes for them to know me, and when they do, we're gonna give them an album. And not only when they know me, when they love me. I really believe that to know me is to love me. And so when people get to know me and hear my personality, hear my plight, hear my mission, hear what I'm doing with this music and how passionate I am about it and how serious I take it, I think they're gonna want to just rock. They're gonna believe, you know.